Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of the MovieJar Podcast. Today, we are going to be covering my favorite film of 2022, Mad God.
It sounds so calm.
My name's
It's
Cameron.
ASMR.
I am a kindergarten teacher.
They've upgraded.
Huh?
My name's Alex, and I'm okay.
I'm Kaya, and I am once again sick. As
I'm
always.
Chris. I held my breath for 5 minutes.
What?
Why?
What?
Why?
It was part of the lobotomy treatment. Don't worry.
Bro, have you
Oh,
been
okay,
taking
so-
your meds?
She lobotomed me on my corpse lamb.
Okay.
Oh god, okay, we're
okay.
in the brain rot era. Awesome.
Alrighty.
Okay,
Oh,
so
brain like mine. Yeah, it's rotten.
just as a quick disclaimer before going into this episode, this film does cover some very serious depictions of gore and some very serious depictions of loss, grief, and torture. So if that is uncomfortable for you, do not watch this movie.
Yeah,
It is entirely stop motion, and it's a bit more engageable,
It is.
but overall it is still quite horrific.
I
And
actually
has
felt
come
physically
from-
sick at one
Yes.
point. I had
This-
to watch not one movie, but two wholesome movies afterwards. I had to watch the Full Monty and the Blue Sky Rio movie.
Anyways, despite all of that, this was my favorite film of 2022.
I need to
Technically,
get
this
Sean to
film
watch
Technically, this film has released 4 other times.
Yeah, I saw that when I looked online. I was like, what the
So, just as a quick background to this movie, this film is a stop motion horror project created by Phil Tippett. And Phil Tippett is someone who is very famous in the stop motion industry.
He's very famous in a lot of industries.
He's very famous in a lot of industries.
fuck? Well, this is unfortunate
Well,
because
tip
I
it on my
don't
stop
recognize
motion.
the dude's name.
Till I finish.
Oh, well, you know what you would recognize him from?
What?
See, I discovered this last week. He was senior visual effects supervisor
yeah.
for the Twilight movies.
Yeah.
What?
He was the senior visual effects supervisor for for the Twilight Saga.
The entire Twilight
Breaking
Saga.
Dawn, Eclipse.
He was also the senior visual effects supervisor for Jurassic Park,
He also played
RoboCop,
Starship
the
Troopers.
first 3 RoboCop films. Yeah,
Pales in
Starship
comparison.
Troopers. Oh,
Pales in
and
comparison.
Star Wars.
What?
Yeah. So this has been this movie has been a brainchild
Bit of a passion
and passion
project.
project of Phil Tippett for the past 30 years.
Yep.
And it's basically tortured him his entire life. And you can see that in the film. Oh my god. Anyways, so yeah, this film has technically released 5 different times now. Three times in 2013 as 3 different parts of scrapped together versions of it. And then a digital release in Canada in 2021, and then an actual theatrical release in 2022.
Yeah, which I found out it had a budget of like about 150,000, and it made
Mm-hmm.
300 and I believe $25,042.
Yep.
I remember the $42 part when I looked at Wikipedia. I was like, that's oddly specific.
Because no one knew about this film.
Nope.
Fucking no one. It got like no advertisement. But I remember watching the trailer for it when it first came out. The trailer back in 2021, and I was like, I need to go see this. This is like everything that I could have ever dreamed of in a adult horror stop motion picture. And all I can say is that Phil Tippett is a man who is deeply disturbed. Oh my
You don't
god.
say.
Yeah, so this film
Yeah.
is very abstract. It doesn't, again, it's another one of the Cameron movies, meaning it's very abstract and doesn't have a coherent plot.
Very
Um,
strange. Very weird and
um,
wacky.
where you're and spoilers, the main character that all the promotional material for this film um is like supposed to be following dies within the first 20 minutes.
No, not first 20 minutes, like halfway through.
About halfway through.
No, it's 20 minutes.
No, it's
No,
not.
I thought it
no,
was
no,
25
no,
Isn't
it's not.
it?
No,
guys.
it's not.
You're thinking of Optimus Prime.
No, you're a deeply disturbed individual.
No,
Is it
but
I
really?
hate that that makes me laugh so much. No, it was about like 40 minutes in. I remember because I was constantly checking the time to be like, is this over yet?
What the fuck?
Well, it was sort of because like they kept leaving it off on parts where I thought, oh, this would be for an abstract film. This would be a really good spot for them to end on, and then it didn't end. I had the same sort of feeling watching it as when I watched Space Odyssey of like, wow, this is really, really long. Or like, this feels really, really long, even though it's only an hour and a half long.
It's not even an hour and a half.
Okay, it's an hour and 25 minutes long. Fuck you.
Um anyways, yeah, so main character dies very early on in the film, and it opens with the book. It opens with a passage from the book
Leviticus, my
of
beloved.
Leviticus,
Leviticus, my beloved.
and it is a spiel regarding the Tower of Babel.
The
Um,
Tower of Babel, my beloved.
oh my God, where they just go, "You'll eat the flesh of your sons and the flesh of your daughters. I will destroy your high places, cut down your incense altars, and pile your dead bodies on the lifeless forms of your idols, and I will abhor you."
I'd vote for him.
Oh,
That's my type of president.
oh hell yeah.
like,
Hell yeah.
and,
Billy,
and like,
I just want.
and I'm
I just
so
want to
sad that
fucking.
that they didn't do the entire thing because the Book of Leviticus ends with with the phrase, "Yet in spite of this, when they are in the land of their enemies, I will not reject or abhor them, so as to destroy them completely. I am the Lord their God."
Leviticus is certainly an interesting book in the Bible. For many reasons, not just that, but we won't.
Anyways,
Let's not get
that
into that.
that passage is completely unrelated to what else happens in this movie.
No, because like the second
Um,
when I saw that passage and then I saw like Leviticus at the end, I'm like, oh yes, makes sense, makes sense.
mm, um,
The folly of
so
man.
this film, there's an interesting quirk about this film. It doesn't have a single piece of dialogue
Yeah.
Real as fuck.
at all.
That would be so hard to do.
Yet it still communicates a lot.
Fucking George Miller ass film.
You want to call this a George Miller film?
I'm just saying, it's like
This
what George.
film.
Yeah, it's got colors. It's got it's got
I
colors. Everything is red or piss colored, and there's no dialogue. I think
I'm
George.
gonna watch a movie that is so red.
Bro, I'm telling you, George Miller would watch this and he would genuinely bust a nut. There's no dialogue, it's just visuals. Bro would actually, I think, find Phil Tippett and have passionate sex with the man, giving him those most sloppy toppy of head for making this film.
allegedly.
No, not allegedly. I'm saying
Allegedly.
that with my
Oh
chest.
no. Um.
This is
So
like last week,
yeah,
alright?
so
We're
so we've
already
let
in
Cameron
full
yap
on
for a
that.
hot minute.
Oh, I could yap on for hours about this film. I have so much to say.
We'll
Well,
get back
before
to
you
that.
do,
So, anyways, we'll start with you, Kaya.
okay.
What was your thoughts regarding this film?
Why do you say it like that?
Because you said that you were physically sick watching this film and needed to watch not one, but two wholesome movies post viewing.
Yeah, I wonder what scene made me feel physically ill.
No,
Can you
I
take
am
a guess?
questioning. I am wondering which one.
What do you think? I
There's
want you to guess.
again. No,
want-
I'm genuinely
No,
asking. There's a
I want you
few.
to guess. I genuinely want you to guess.
The scene where the supposed main character is dismembered
Yeah.
and lobotomized.
Yeah, I had to like look. I literally like had to cover the screen, like or like cover my eyes with my hands, and then I was like,
Oh,
"Oh shit, no!
awesome
I can
scene.
hear it. No."
And then you realize that that's happened to like hundreds of other soldiers.
Eh?
Yeah, that happened to every single like soldier that's been sent down there.
Oh,
You
you're
see,
talking
maybe,
about
maybe
like the characters. Oh, I'm like, what do
Yeah.
you mean? Yeah,
in real
I
life.
my fuck you. Um, okay, as I was watching this movie, I like sort of finalized my main thought and opinion on this film is that my thoughts on it are very similar to my thoughts on another Cameron film, Space Odyssey, in that I appreciate it and and
There's
I
always fucking space odysseys and monoliths.
and I respect the work that has gone into it. However, it's not my thing, and that's okay. I can appreciate it. It has its own thing going on, and it's not a thing that I enjoy. Smile.
I realized.
I'm gonna have nightmares about this fucking movie. I hope you realize this, Cameron.
Yeah, I
I
know.
said
I
this last
warned
week. I said
you.
this last week when it showed up on the list, and you're like, "Oh yeah, it's a really gory horror movie." I was like, "I'm gonna have nightmares." I had
I
nightmares
warned you.
about the horror movie. Yeah, well, I had to watch it anyway, didn't I? A warning
Wah,
doesn't
wah,
really mean
wah.
shit.
Wah, wah, wah.
I had nightmares about my own horror movie that I made.
Hmm.
Because I had to see that actress's face every day.
I think you're more traumatized from the making of it rather than
I'm
the movie
well, I
itself.
mean that too. My God, that was a time to be. What a time to be alive. But no, every time I see Elizabeth's face, I'm just like, ah,
Okay.
love her, but
I'm really hoping that they don't listen to this now.
yeah, she
Anyways,
doesn't know about it.
okay,
Really would
awesome.
doubt if she ever listened to this.
Oh
Yeah.
well. Anyways,
If you
um,
are though, hi.
uh,
My friend who just graduated film school in at QUT, he watches it, so that's nice.
mm,
He told me, he's
well,
like, yeah,
Let's
I
hear
watched the
from you.
movie in preparation so that I don't get spoiled for it. I watch it for you guys. I'm like, aw.
th this is yet another movie with babies, space, and monoliths.
Hold on, Chris. What did you think of the movie?
It was good.
Yeah,
What?
it was good.
Yeah.
Any more to add?
Do you want me to get into the hypothetical philosophy? There's no backing.
Yes.
Oh
I'd
God,
love
here
to
we
hear your
go.
interpretation.
Let's go.
Cool. So it starts with the destruction of the Tower of Babel, by a bunch of people that have like torches and shit. And that is followed by Leviticus. So it's like either literal in the sense that there's destruction of meaning through war or conflict or pain or whatever negative bullshit you want to take from that, or that there was something more literal in basically the destruction of uh, collective translation of meaning, causing a war and like weapons of mass destruction to be released. Hence why everything is hellhole. Um, because well, people just couldn't get along or someone was taken the wrong way, deliberately or not. And that is sort of like followed up in something that has more evidence to it, which is the philosophy that pain is the destruction of meaning, which is shown a lot because you see a bunch of people with random jerky movements that are clearly in pain, but you can't really translate that into literal action. So it's literally just, it's pretty much just gore porn, or pain porn, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Um, but it tries to give like a reference sheet as to like the meaning of pain, hypothetically, I guess. I don't know. I'm just really
That is
excited
a
about it.
I mean,
that's a very interesting interpretation that you've come to because
I
in the making of this film, a book, Phil Tippett constantly mentioned a book, and it was describing how pain not a is not communicable through verbal language. Like what pain actually is.
Because it's like the destruction of meaning, like the Tower of fucking Babel.
Exactly.
I
And I find it interesting that you've hit that exactly on the head.
Well, it's not
Ah.
that hard to get and
I
really.
know, but like you watch that film and you have to you have to stop yourself from being so shocked by how horrific it is before you can actually start thinking about it critically. So,
I will say the only thing I would kind of disagree on is like the pain porn because my interpretation referring to any sort of film like like how in like this is just an example in the 90s Filipino cinema had this thing called poverty porn. It implies that you are exploiting it without a reason, and I think this film had a reason. Is just my only
mm,
sort of like counterpoint, I guess.
okay. I will say a very interesting thing that came to my mind on this rewatch was the sheer amount of the bombs that never went off. They'd get to 1 second and then would never go off in that massive pile. And after rewatching this film, this was the third time I've seen this film now. It made
Damn.
me think about the doomsday clock that we have. The whatever what's it called?
It's
Doomsday
like the
clock.
minutes before midnight or something.
Yeah, one like humanity
Humanity
is
has
doomed.
been at 1 minute to midnight since the creation of the atom bomb. I think that was the closest that it ever got to midnight, I believe.
Mm,
Which you bringing that up, I I was sort of sitting here like I was like, what? I sort of sat there. And I'm like, wait a minute. This is a. Also, so I'm like, is this a is this a metaphor for nuclear war?
I
it's
think it's
it's
a
a metaphor
metaphor.
for pain in general.
Yeah, it was
Um,
mainly the like the part like where it all how it all looked like a nuclear wasteland and stuff. I was like, yeah, this is a metaphor for something.
mm,
There's
and
definitely a lot of hints to a lot of doomsday artwork and theories and even like sort of poetry stuff there's in it that like you could say would sort of make it I can't English right now. Um yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of like sort of things in it that are sort of reference that look like references to doomsday and apocalypse artwork and poetry and that sort of stuff in it.
hmm,
And so it made me think, ah, yes, the nuclear wasteland, let's go. I mean, they literally show like a clip of an atom bomb going off, and I was like, ah, yes.
mm,
Mm,
Like, what
all
was it? I
right,
think it was
I
like
Alex.
don't
looking
know.
at a TV.
I don't know.
Apparently, we're at like 90 seconds to midnight this year.
Let's go.
Yeah, I find the doomsday clock thing to be a little bit arbitrary. Not in terms of the movie, but just in terms of society. I don't know. I think
Mm.
it's a bit stupid that just a bunch of group of people just constantly say when we're gonna end, when the world's gonna end, on just the arbitrary.
I do want to see the criterion they have to like a second.
Mm,
And again,
but
climate change. But
Let
on
me
my
see.
thought of the films, uh,
Second.
on my thought on the film, I thought it was pretty good, if a little bit confusing, but
A little.
I enjoyed it. I understood it for the most part. I liked it when when the second guy who went down tapped on the map was like, ah, tap tap, I need to go there. really helped me know where he needed to go. Um, I also just liked the way he did it. That was very funny. Um, and I'm just trying to put together my thoughts. This film was very interesting. Um, I really loved the stop motion. My partner missed out on a little bit of the middle parts, but absolutely loves this film from just the technical and visual sense. And I gotta say, I do quite love the visuals. I feel bad for all those little grass people that just fucking die. Little
Oh yeah,
tiny.
you know the monster that ate the monkey at the very beginning?
Mm.
Yeah, you wanna know what that's called?
A little goober.
No, you wanna know what that monster's called?
What?
The Sheet monster. As in spelt like this.
Shit. Uh,
Ah.
I find uh,
It is the only
Ah.
named monster that we get from
What?
Phil
Not the
Tippett.
thing that looks like it has a nutsack on its face?
I thought they looked like boobs initially, but then I
I mean,
realized
that too, and then
the
I was like, wait a
positioning of
minute.
them.
Yeah. Yeah, then I was like, haha, nutsack.
Oh my god, nutsack ball. Wait, fuck, nut boob balls. There you go.
Boobolicus.
Boobolicus.
Like,
Oh,
bro's looking like
boobolicus.
that troll king from The Hobbit. Y'all remember him? Or is that an obscure
Yes.
reference?
No, I know what
I
you're
I
talking
find it
about.
interesting. I find it interesting how he spent 30 years making this film, and you can kind of tell it comes through with it. When I looked at it, it reminded me of the stop motion from Hellraiser in the first part because of just the lighting and the way it's done.
Yeah, it did remind me of
Um,
the Evil Dead stop mo.
yeah, it
Yeah,
did.
there is some parts
I
of
was
this
sitting there and
movie.
I'm like, ah, yes, I see Evil Dead.
There is some parts of this movie that was filmed on 35mm and then digitized
uh, damn.
because of how fucking old it is. Right?
Yeah,
It's this film's been in production hell for so long, and it only kind of got off the ground again, I think 2017. Um, because the initial three-part release was just what was just what Phil Tippett had made um over the course of working on it just to not drive himself insane
yeah, but I
for
think I
his
think
off
it also
time.
comes across in the nature of the film because one thing I picked up from this film. I picked up slightly on the pain thing. Chris and I had a conversation about Buddhism after it.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Damn.
but like for me, it seemed like a bit of a commentary on how society has built itself up till now. Like, I'm not gonna call Phil Tippett a rabid fucking anarcho-primitivist or whatever, but the way that he shows that society is simply just ruins built on ruins built on ruins, where there are little grass people that are grown and then they walk to work and then their work is just dying at work. And the fact that they seem to serve this giant, ever-consuming machine, and the sky seems to be even when the guy falls out of the sky at the start of the film, we then later learn that he fell into like a puddle or like a big liquid vat. So it's like it feels like a constant. It feels like they're in the Tower of Babel because it's like it's layers upon layers upon layers upon layers with no apparent end and no apparent goal in any mind. It seems to point to the futility of war and the futility of society as we've built it up as nothing but a constant cycle of just people getting sent to go die because someone else who was sent to go die told them to go die, so they did it. I mean, the protagonist gets horribly lobotomized, and the thing that they get out of the protagonist is taken through this massive journey only to get absolutely squished by this other thing to go and see into the future or some shit. I don't even fucking
Oh,
know,
they make a
man.
black hole.
I thought it was
Uh,
drugs.
The whole movie feels like some anarcho nihilist type shit. Um,
Buzzwords.
well,
I
okay, fuck you. But
uh,
yeah, I don't know. This when I sort of watch these sort of movies, I tend to not really pick up on a lot of things. Um like that, and I didn't really pick up much here either. I watched like a little like short little mini video essay thing to try to make sense of it at all because I was just sort of sitting here the entire time just you know that Vine that's just so I am confusion. That was
Mm.
me the entire fucking time watching this movie. I'm just sitting here like what the fuck is going on? I feel like I've taken an acid trip.
yeah.
I yeah, I don't know. These movies aren't really my thing, so I didn't have a lot of thoughts. I will say
Yeah.
I love the design of the puppet that takes the little worm thing with like all the bones and shit. That one looked fucking sick. All the others I was like, ewy.
The
I mean
plague doctor.
impressive, but ewy. But like that one I was like, oh shit, that looks sick.
The Alchemist.
Maybe.
man, the names are not set in the film. We will not be able to tell you what.
It's the
Yeah, true.
one that was like the one that took the worm thing from the chick.
Oh yeah, no. Okay, so I'm gonna
The one that kind of
out of
looked like a Grim Reaper type thing.
yeah,
Plague
out of spite
Doctor.
against Alex, I'm gonna say that its name is Frankenweenie. Um,
Alrighty.
You're banned.
I feel like this is
oh, what
more
the
out of spite for
fuck?
Chris. Chris hates that movie.
Alex hates it too.
I hate it
Um,
more. Terrible movie.
Fuck you.
No, I feel like Chris
You
hates it more.
don't make us fight.
not over
We are
Frankenweenie.
not gladiators to be fucking sent to our deaths by you,
Oh,
you emperor bitch.
well, if we are
No.
gladiators, we're gonna fight for something a little bit more than fucking Frankenweenie when we're talking about it.
I'm really glad that that movie, like the trailer for the movie, scared me too much as a kid to ever watch it.
It's not a scary movie. It's a fucking abhorrent movie.
No,
It's a
no, but
fucking shit
the
one.
trailer, okay, look, I gotta be honest. I saw that trailer when I was in the cinema to see another movie, and that trailer scared me. I was like 10, I don't know. You know what? I don't know what year it came out, but I was probably seeing Frozen or something.
2012, I
2015.
believe.
Yeah, I was seeing Frozen.
I thought Frozen was like 2013, 2014.
Fuck, it was 2013.
Yeah, so from
Whatever I was going to see, I'll figure it out. I'll Google it. Um, yeah, nah. Anyway, yeah, that trailer traumatized me as a kid, so I never watched the movie.
Fair enough. Did this movie traumatize you?
Yeah, I just told you I'm gonna have
Awesome.
nightmares. No, that's not fucking awesome.
Nope, that's the point.
I'm sending you my
yeah,
therapist bill.
Don't care. I'm
I
not paying
think
it.
it was trying to explain, oh, again, pain, but to give reference point to what it is as physical examples, albeit
It was
caricatured.
brave. Sorry.
The movie was
Don't.
great.
Brave?
Keep going, Chris. Keep going,
Are
Chris.
you
Oh, yeah,
talking
that's
about? Are
Scottish
you
one.
talking about the movie? Oh
No,
wait,
no, no.
Brave. Okay.
Let Chris talk. Sorry.
Let Chris finish. We interrupted.
Oh, well. It's giving like a physical example as the historic, like it goes to Alex's point that we're built on the ruins of our ancestors, essentially, and to show that even though it's really shit now, and we get glimpses of how shit it is now, and we're like, you know, the actual guy who like walks by the soldiers and like gives the map to the soldier and shit.
Mm.
You know that one.
Mm.
You see glimpses of how shit it is, and you see like soldiers knocking at the gates or whatever, but you also get to see how bad it is down there, or backwards in the past, I guess you'd call it. So
Is
it's
it
sort
not
of,
set in hell?
I think it's a representation of,
It's hell on earth.
pain and history. So that might as well be hell, I guess.
Honestly, I think the purposeful meaning to blur the line between what's hell and what's the real world is because it is hell. Either way, the society we've built, the way it's structured, it is hell.
Also, I
Well.
love when I look up Mad God on Google, one of the first things in like under people also ask, the first one is Mad God a kids movie?
Yes, show this to your
Yes. Show
5-year-old.
this to your 5-year-old.
You know
Greatest
what?
Cameron, you
idea.
should show this next time you go into work, which is what,
If you
I
showed
tomorrow?
think
this to me as a kid, I would have been a
uh,
happy kid.
I think I would be put in a mental asylum if I did.
Yippee, mental
Um,
asylum.
not a
Secret
yippee.
tunnel, into the psych ward, into the psych ward.
Alrighty.
Anyways, shall we? Well, hang on. I forgot to ask. What was everyone's ratings out of 10?
I'd give
Uh,
it decently high. It's not exactly my type of movie, but it's decent enough, so I'll
it's
give it
almost
like
8 out of
8.
10.
Yeah, 8. 8.
I gave it 4 out of 5 on Letterboxd and just said I enjoyed it more than I did fucking Space Odyssey. I don't know.
I feel like
I
Space
that's too
Space
like
Baby's
I feel
Space
like that's not
ambitious.
Odyssey
too
as a
difficult.
visual thing, but not the Space
I
Baby.
The thing is that separates this from Space Odyssey is one, I mean, this one's fully stop motion, and two is because
I mean, it's not technically fully stop mo.
no, not technically, but I I I appreciate this one a lot more than I do Space Odyssey. I understand that at the time when Space Odyssey came out, it was a masterpiece, right? And I do understand the argument of if you always got to put things in context. Hell, I do that. But I think this one's gonna hold up for more years to come. I mean, the fact that this was literally made over the course of 30 years using a variety of different stop motion methods, all towards one singular aesthetic. This thing has been in production for so fucking long. It's older than Jurassic Park. Like,
It's been in production longer than we've been alive.
yeah, this movie.
Has it been? Is it older than
Yes,
Jurassic
it's
Park?
30
Yeah,
It's
years.
30
30
years!
years.
yeah, no, no,
How
it
old's
has
Jurassic Park?
It's like
not for
90s,
19,
95.
1993. See, I'm reading the IMDb trivia thing, and it says, quote, "This fully stop-motion animated film was Phil Tippett's pet project. More than 30 years in the making. He started working on it in the late 1980s after making RoboCop 2. He considered abandoning it when Jurassic Park in 1993 was released. For 13 years, CG animation seemed to make stop motion a thing of the past. However, after some urging, he started a Kickstarter campaign that allowed him to finish the movie.
Hmm.
He apparently lots of the work was done on Saturdays by students who wanted to get some filmmaking experience. The scene with the mountain of dead soldiers was done by melting thousands of little army men together on wire. It took 6 people 3 years to complete the scene.
Jesus.
So, in my eyes, whilst I get Kubrick, right? I get the appeal of Space Odyssey, and I do genuinely like it a bit. I have mixed feelings on Space Odyssey, but I think it's just because it's been hyped up so much, right? This
Mm.
one this one I feel conveys its abstract meaning better with its absence of plot. With the fact that the main character dies halfway into the film and then is replaced by a bulkier version of the main character who has an ending that we don't even see, I think it translates its absence of plot's meaning better than Space Odyssey does. And therefore I just think it's better. Also, I prefer the aesthetics of this one.
I mean, yeah.
The little soldier guys, that's my shit.
They just remind me of the corpse of Krieg from Warhammer 40k. I love them.
Hmm.
Yeah.
They're
Very
just little
90s
guys.
Very 90s mecha anime.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
A
All
lot
right.
less clean, but
Go on,
yes.
Cameron. Go on, Cameron. We haven't been here for long. You get another bit of a yap sesh.
No, I think we've covered everything that I would like want to say.
What's the most fuckable monster?
Okay.
Oh, the
Oh, what the
oh.
fuck?
Okay, are we classifying?
No,
Are we
don't justify
classifying?
that with an answer.
No.
No,
Okay,
fuck
okay.
you. No,
Hear
no,
me
no,
out.
no, no. I'm not gonna hear you out. No.
Hear
No.
me out here.
Look, I am the queen of hear me outs, but no.
I say the weird looking monster that cuts
What
off
is
the
that
sky.
one? Which one,
What
bruh?
do you
Which one, bitch? Which
mean?
one?
The weird little the Shiit monster from the
The
start. That
sheet.
one.
Oh,
Shit.
I don't know. I don't know.
Thing gives mad head.
I think it would have to be. See, if the closest thing that I can say to sounding like a somewhat sane person, um, is the doll that you see at the very start in the room with the monkey. Um, but then again,
No.
I'm not your normal person, and I think I should keep my opinions to myself, lest I be crucified.
I think inside
Oh,
I
thoughts should
just
remain
like this
inside thoughts
question.
sometimes.
Yes, exactly.
And that's coming from
we
me.
we only ask the most hard hitting questions on this podcast.
You know what? Fuck it. The plague doctor give mad head behind there.
Oh, hell yeah.
Look, I'm just
Okay.
saying, Joe Biden would never be caught answering these questions.
Joe Biden
Yeah,
is a
because
dementia patient. Let's be honest.
Joe Biden's a fucking put.
Alright, I.
Anyways,
Okay, so. I think my sort of thoughts about it and like rankings here is kind of a little bit opposite to Alex's. Um, I I don't know. It's sort of the same thing with Space Odyssey where like I kind of have to give it separate rankings, but at the same time I kind of can't because at least Space Odyssey had like some semblance of a plot,
mm,
whereas this one didn't. It was it was all abstract, whereas Space Odyssey wasn't as abstract, I guess one could say. Um,
okay.
well, you know, at like there's a clearer plot in Space Odyssey with the whole like Hal thing and everything. I mean, it's not a very, in terms of like narrative, it's not a very good one, but like it is
Ooh,
one. Um, you know I'm right.
oh,
Um,
that no, you've probably made a lot of people angry by saying
I
that,
think
but
okay
go
with
on,
Fiorino
go on,
here.
cook with
I
it.
think with um with films that are like considered, you know, a masterpiece where like you'll get crucified if you don't like it. I think like Mad God is gonna become one of those sort of films if it like
If it gets more
if it
mainstream.
gets more mainstream. Um, I just again I appreciate the visuals and the amount of fucking effort. It took 30 fucking years, and that's just like Jesus Christ. At that point, what the fuck? Um, but I really didn't like it. It's really not my thing. And that's just a personal thing. Um,
Mm, no, fair
so
enough.
I
Ooh,
don't really
that's
have a rating because I really don't know how I could rate it. Cause like I don't really have much to rate off of it. Cause like again, I didn't really get a lot of the philosophy stuff when I watched it myself. Um,
Mm,
I think there's like a thing. Whenever I watch movies, unless it's something that's like, oh yeah, I definitely didn't like that. I don't really have many opinions. Like when it comes to recognizing what a quote unquote bad movie is,
Dark
can't really.
Wolverine.
I can't really.
Ooh.
I can't really like see that. Like, okay, I'm gonna use the example Thor: The Dark World, because you know, it's a classic.
Okay.
It's a
Get
classic
'em.
like
Ooh.
bad movie, quote unquote.
Yeah. Cookum.
Bro, are
Jesus.
you
You
okay?
good?
What was that?
What? Oh.
We could hear whatever scraping you were doing through your mic. It was quite loud.
I literally just clacked my fucking keys. I was looking up
No,
the Dark World.
that's
That
not
was
what we
not what
heard.
that was.
What
Anyway,
did you
Yeah.
hear?
So, yeah. Anyways.
let's not repeat it.
What?
Anyway, like when watching Thor: The Dark World, I don't really see a lot of like
The fuck?
a lot of the reasons that people say it's bad. Or like, you know, like
Mm.
what's another shitty Marvel movie? Iron Man 3. Um Black Widow. Oh, yeah, there it is again.
That okay? That's me scraping my fucking keys. You hear this?
No, it
Yeah.
was.
Well, it's
No.
really loud.
That is a different noise.
It's a different note.
What?
I don't know what.
Okay, what am I doing?
Okay,
It's
we're
like
not.
it sounds
We're
like
not
you're
accusing you of
breathing
anything.
very heavily into your mic. Like it sounds like yeah.
It's not an
Like, okay.
accusation. It's just.
Wait, does it sound like this?
We can't hear anything,
No,
man.
no, nothing happened. Okay,
I
look,
don't know what I'm doing.
I'll send
okay,
you the
we'll tell
footage.
you. We'll tell you. You can look at the footage and we'll tell you after it happens. Okay, but just continue.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So like it's really difficult for me to rank a movie where I actually don't enjoy watching it.
Mm.
I don't know, like again, like I appreciate it and I respect it,
Yeah.
but like eh.
No, no, I get it. I get it.
My personal opinion on it is I don't like it,
Eh?
and that's fine. Meh.
Yeah. It's eh.
It's eh.
That's okay.
All power to it. It's doing what it's doing, and
It's doing something.
It's
Yeah,
doing
you just
something.
don't care about it. Yeah,
At least
I
it's
get it.
doing something. At least it's got that going for it. Saying
some
something.
Unlike the other things.
Not gonna name any names.
Frank and
Not
Weenie.
gonna name any names. That actually wasn't what I was gonna say. I was gonna say Sharknado, but anyway.
Okay.
I get what you're saying, Kaya, about being like unsure about how to rank a movie you didn't really enjoy. I tend to have strong opinions, but they're mostly for the bit. But with this with this film, no, I was along for the ride. I had a little drink, I think, but that's just because it's a Cameron film.
Okay.
I feel like you need to be sober for Cameron films.
No, it helps me if I'm not thinking too much.
The second we get what's the other one
Look,
that's
man, if I was drunk
Fantastic
for
Planet or
Deadpool
whatever?
Wolverine, maybe I would have enjoyed it. Okay, if I was drunk, maybe I would have enjoyed that film. Okay,
Comparing Mad
I'm
God to
still kind of
Deadpool.
surprised that you didn't like it.
I actually loathe that film.
Fair
But
enough.
that is not something we will discuss here, because otherwise the episode will have an additional 2 hours. Save that for if you
2
wanna
hours
hear,
of
you want to hear my
80
complex.
decibel audio.
No, I have very complex feelings for that film. Comparing it to Mad God, I don't know.
You and my friend
I
Tom should talk. Hi, Tom.
Among
He'll
Us.
be watching this.
Did Tom really like it?
No, Tom also did not like it. Tom literally
Bridget-
posted on his story, wow, something along the lines of like, I never thought I would see the day where a Deadpool movie was bad and an M. Night Shyamalan movie was good.
Actually, Bridget responded to my story where I said I had mixed feelings and most of them were bad and said she agreed with me, so
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know what sort
I'm
of flex you think that is.
the flex is I'm becoming friends with all your friends, so let's go. Integration.
Assimilation.
What does that
No,
mean?
not yet. Not yet.
It's assimilation.
Until you come to PowerPoint night, you're not integrated.
Oh,
But
not the PowerPoint
Then
night.
you might get invited to the server.
I'll explain my point on the absence of story, because I don't care what anyone says. Space Odyssey's plot is so paper thin that it may as well not be a plot. It's Big Stone wants to evolves humanity a little bit, right?
Space
But
baby.
Space
and
baby.
the space baby, yes, the thing that haunted Chris's dreams.
It was just confusion
Nightmare,
and
nightmare,
like
nightmare.
fever
Wait,
dream.
hang on. That means that I need to now find a movie that will haunt Alex's dreams,
I'm
Good
sure
luck.
you will, but
and then the
He-
trifecta's
finding
complete.
Oh,
those-
why do you like
either
torturing us?
Oh, it's very funny.
Fuck
but
you.
either way,
Damn, bro.
I I think that with Space Odyssey, the fact that it has a plot at all brings it down, because it leaves you wanting a lot more, right?
It edges you.
Kind of. It's like
Now, what's wrong with edging?
Hold on, let me finish. It feels like with Space Odyssey, the fact that there isn't a plot or there isn't any depth anymore to HAL 9000, it was a good antagonist, or the characters there, and it doesn't explore, it doesn't use Kubrick's very interesting approach to psychedelic filmmaking to
I love psychedelics.
to
Me too. So is Kubrick.
LSD Kubrick, my man,
the fact
my
that
man.
he doesn't use his filmmaking to create a um a better fucking story, to enhance the story, is a little bit disappointing, I feel. With this film, the fact that it doesn't have a story is a direct story, or one that we understand, is a bit of a commentary on what I pointed to, the futility of war and i- the end up of it, where it's like it's all of these vague, shadowy men. Someone is working for someone, is working for someone, is working for someone, orchestrating the deaths of millions of people all at once for things that they don't even understand they're fighting for. You tell me that one of those stupid little fucking soldier men understand what's at the end of that map. They don't, because they're the perfect soldier. They follow orders up till the very end. The first guy was willing to basically blow himself up until he got a lobotomy.
They
Second
all
guy,
do.
the second guy was just cruising along in his like Jeep, his Honda Civic, you know. He was
Well, that's the thing. They're all willing to do that
yeah,
because that's their mission.
and I feel like that's a better translation of the themes and overall message of of the piece of media than Space Odyssey. Space Odyssey doesn't have a story. It doesn't really do anything with the characters. And I feel like for a story about human evolution, it's kind of important. I feel like if you're
Mm.
going to start out with the start of humanity as apes, and then you're going to have these characters who are going to get hyper evolved and to
You will become
into
Space Baby.
Space baby, yeah.
Space
Space
baby.
baby.
Space Child among us.
You kind of need a little bit of a plot. You need to kind of get me to connect with that character. It feels like I don't know. I won't go around too much in circles repeating my point. But
It is a mean experience otherwise.
the film has a much clearer message with the fact that it ends up all being futile and you don't really understand. I don't entirely agree with the film's message, but that's because I'm an optimist. A realistic one, but an optimist nonetheless.
There's a starman waiting in the sky.
Hopefully.
But
But I mean,
Oh, you started him.
Did I just hear Space Baby in the middle of that?
I mean, Starman, Space Baby, what's the difference?
Bro yawns
Technically-
in Space Baby.
Technically, Superman is a space baby if you think about it.
Child is among my
No.
breath.
Anyway, let's let Alex continue
Sorry.
before we get even more off the rails.
Among us.
I have very complicated feelings on this film because it has a lot of really great imagery and it has a lot of really great sound design. I can't love it all the way, partially because yeah, I'm a plot junkie. I like a plot. I'm so plot celled. I'm so narrative core.
Shut up.
Um,
What the
but
fuck?
but also I don't know, man. This film's fucking depressing. I feel
Yeah.
like if depressed, I feel like if me when I was off my meds for a brief period of time watched this film, I might have just killed myself. I mean,
Oh,
goddamn.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, I've never felt more depressed while also simultaneously confused when watching a movie.
Mm.
I'm glad this
And that's
film
not
didn't
something I
drop any.
enjoy.
Well, no, I kind of enjoyed it. I got off to it. No,
Huh?
oh,
Pain
What did he say?
porn.
kidding.
Is that why you asked
Um,
about our hear me outs?
oh, that actually
What?
makes
What?
sense.
no. This film runs counter to my own personal idea. Oh no, it doesn't really, but it splits off a little bit, and it makes me. It is a lot of very uncomfortable truths. I enjoyed it thoroughly, but it's also like, damn, fuck, man, what the fuck is wrong with you, Phil? What the fuck have
Oh,
you
a
It's
done?
lot.
like, who hurt you?
Man, did fucking RoboCop scorn you that hard, man? Did you
He's
Maybe.
see the
he's
CGI
Phil
guys and
Tippett is a little fucked up creature. That's all I'm gonna say.
He's
You're a
just a
little
little
fucked up
guy,
creature.
just a little ancient creature from the ancient realm of Aurelia.
Yeah, Phil Tippett's just a bit
Okay.
of a he's a bit of a weirdo, but I love him.
how
So,
the fuck are we gonna give cookies?
yeah, do we have
Oh,
final
I'm
thoughts or
giving.
cookies?
I'm gonna give. I have a cookie to give.
You finally have a cookie prepared
Oh, I do.
beforehand instead of like on the spot?
Oh no, this is entirely on the spot. Um,
Okay. So
I'm
nothing's
gonna
changed.
give. No, I'm.
Sorry.
Sorry, I can't stop laughing about this. This is not funny whatsoever. I don't know why I'm laughing, but I'm gonna give the little tube creature that's in like the forest. You know, like the
Oh
spore the
yeah.
spore cloud looking fuck
The one that
little
got
little
eaten?
fucker. Yeah, him. I'm gonna give him a mushroom cookie. 'Cause
Alrighty.
he looks like a mushroom.
He
There's
looks
not much
he
look.
looks
There's
like a
not many
shrooms kind of
characters that
guy.
you can. Yeah, he looks like he does shrooms. He looks chill.
He looks like he is shrooms.
He looks like he'd be good in a dream blunt rotation. That little fucker. That little fucker is in my dream blunt rotation. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Anyways,
Does anyone
I'm,
else have a cookie?
I'm gonna give the
I'm
little
gonna
guy
give an electric shit monster cookie to the
electric
fucking
shit monster.
To the electric shit
Reaper
monster?
dude. You know the one in the electric chair
To the
chair
things
shooting
that
down
get
the giant,
electrocuted so much that they shit out their innards?
yeah, into the other guy's mouths that are then turned into people.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah, that.
Yeah,
I
awesome.
remember
Yeah,
that.
I'm glad that I like was playing a little mobile game while watching this, so I didn't have to see that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give a Jaffa cake to the little fucking grass people.
Oh, I love those little grass people.
Just feel like they fucking need something, man.
They
Goddamn,
need something.
I need fucking something, man. Like what the fuck? My partner loves this film though, so I gotta hand it to you, Cameron. This film it opens up with a Bible quote, and it's a grim stop motion film. Like this was a Jaden pick hands down.
yeah.
Oh, I win. This is a win in my books then.
Um,
Now I just need to present a film to you guys that will traumatize Alex, and then I've won my
Fantastic
master
Planet.
plan. That's gonna be a
Uh,
fun one.
okay.
Just an ISIS
I
wedding.
don't have a cookie. So instead, I'm gonna give you some other random trivia facts that I found.
Okay.
Around the first
Fair
quarter of
enough.
the movie, a robot's graveyard can be seen in the background of the character, and amongst the abandoned machines, an ED-209 from RoboCop can be seen. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Another trivia piece that I have is that the film has like no audible dialogue, right? Except for at 43 minutes and 26 seconds, a man speaks over a radio relaying some sort of numbers. At 56 minutes and 30 seconds, the plague doctor speaks in Italian, a line from Fellini Satyricon. And at 1 hour, 8 minutes, and 4 seconds, a creature exclaims, "Oh no!" There's my trivia for y'all.
And that's it.
And that's it.
I really no, I really.
Wheel
I'm
time.
going. No. I'm going back to this. Cameron, you did not respond at all when I said that Phil Tippett was visual effects supervisor for the Twilight films.
Yeah, I know. No, because I know.
No, but I've been holding on to that one for like a week, and you didn't even
Yeah,
give me anything.
Yeah,
I'm
because
well
Alex,
aware.
Chris was the only one who didn't know. Because I looked it up.
Mm.
No. I'm well aware with Phil Tippett's work.
I wanna
He's
beat you over the
he's
head
like
with
one
a-
of my favorite people in the entire film industry.
Yeah, that checks out.
Alright.
Also,
Oh,
No,
okay, fuck
can we
off.
please get Conan the Barbarian,
If
please?
anyone listening wants to hear a bonus episode where, whilst I 3D model, I discuss my complicated feelings about Deadpool 2. Well, not Deadpool 2, Deadpool
Oh,
3.
please,
That's
I
gonna
want
be
to hear that.
Alex's
I
bonus
want that
episode.
so bad. Okay, hang on. Am I still doing my bonus episode about fighting game terminology?
If you
I
want.
mean, yeah, sure.
Yay.
Explain the Iraq War using fighting game terminology. Chris,
Okay,
what's
maybe not.
Explain
your
Mad God using fighting game terminology.
Fucking hell.
Alright,
This went inside job.
what's your
yeah,
what's your pick?
explain
My
9/11
choice
with
is always
fighting
the
games.
same. Conan, please.
Yeah, why do you even bother asking?
That's
We
just for
need
the sake of
a
getting
Chris
stuff
win
off.
right now.
Um,
Alright,
Please.
Kaya?
Chris needs a win right now.
man,
Come
I
on.
would just like for something fun. Give me Kung Fu Panda.
No,
Hey! Hey!
Yeah, let's get a Chris movie in here. We haven't had one
no,
of those for a while. Kung Fu Panda.
no. I wanna be more depressed.
What's the depressing one here?
Isle of Dog. No, that seems pretty good.
No.
End of
Evangelion.
Evangelion.
Cameron, please.
No, that will traumatize me. You know what?
Actually, you know what? I want to watch a movie that's on streaming services.
Oh, I'm gonna.
That's
We
easy
did
for
watch
me
this
to
movie.
watch.
Kaya, we did watch this movie on streaming services.
Yes,
We
yes.
watch every
We
movie
watch
on-
all of our
Yes,
movies legally.
we paid for Shudder.
I bought this off some guy at the corner. He offered me
Allegedly.
that.
Just a random corner.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I either want Hellraiser. No, not Hell. I either want Superman.
Have you ever seen the fucking? Have you ever seen a Blocks Mystical Fifth Corner? That's where I got it.
You know what? I want either Superman, Harakiri, or Hellraiser. Actually, no. Or Batman.
Please don't make me watch Batman after this shit, man.
You're about to watch a movie that's so red.
We just watched a movie that is so red.
Hellraiser?
Hey! Let's go.
Okay.
It's a me movie. Let's go. I have been holding off on watching this movie for so long because I put it on the wheel. Because for the viewers at home, I meant to go see this movie in cinemas, but it was only in cinemas for a fucking week, and so I missed it.
What?
I am so fucking
Seriously?
hyped. I am so hyped. It's got my favorite
Wait,
girl, the
is
chick
this-
from Supernatural. I am so hyped.
Is this the one where Frankenstein gets rezzed and like?
Yeah, and Frankenstein has
Yeah.
well, no, it's not Frankenstein. It's Frankenstein's monster. And he's
Okay,
got
yeah.
and he's got Riz.
Does
he's the
Frankenstein's does he get freaky in this
Maybe.
movie?
You did say you wanted a fun film.
I wanted
Frankenstein's
I got
monster
a
gets
fun
freaky.
film. Let's go. I got a
Okay.
film that doesn't require a lot of thinking.
My question is,
I don't have to think.
my question, like, what is it? Is this college setting, by the way?
High school. I think.
That's weird.
I actually don't
That's-
know. Fuck if I know. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie
You know
yet.
what? You know what, Chris? You know what, Chris? They're all. You know what? I'm okay with it because they're all played by adults.
Oh, thank
That
God.
is true.
If anything,
Fuck.
if anything, Chris, just disassociate. Remember that everyone who's playing a character in this film is above 20.
But yeah, the main girl in this is
Yay.
Catherine Newton, and most people would probably know her as the chick in Detective
Stranger
Pikachu.
Things.
But I know her as the chick who plays the character in Supernatural with my dead name. And she's basically just a mini Dean.
Ooh.
And she's also dating the chick who I share a name with.
Wasn't Catherine Newton in Stranger Things?
No.
Oh no! She's Ant-Man's daughter.
Oh yeah, she's an Ant-Man. Yeah.
I never watched
Sorry, I
that
didn't watch
film.
that movie.
I never watched that film.
Yeah, she's Ant-Man's daughter in the third one, which is a shit movie.
Oh.
She really needs a win here because a lot of the movies that she's in are shit. Detective Pikachu's peak, but
No,
watched
no,
her.
you sorry, I can't get over you say Detective Pikachu and I can't get over his voice in the game. Have you heard it?
no.
Oh, please look it up. You will be more traumatized than Mad God could ever.
I don't think
have
I could.
complicated feelings on Ryan Reynolds, and therefore Detective Pikachu is sullied. I'm kidding. I watched it on an airplane and I had some fun.
I
See, don't
watched it
hate-
on an airplane twice. On the way to Japan and on the way back from Japan.
Huh.
Anyway.
I guess the episode's over, guys. You know, this is a message to the audience. You guys can like request things. For,
No,
like, the
they
two
can't.
People who are still watching.
Huh?
You know what? Maybe I will just make that Deadpool episode. It'll go ham. Deadpool's still popular. I'll get a hot.
Is the podcast dead already?
No.
No, it's
Yes. Was it ever really alive?
Man,
Yeah.
I thought we made it a shambling mess that just crawled across the internet.
Yeah,
begging to die.
just like Frankenstein's monster.
Just like
Oh
in
God.
fucking Mad God.
we'll
And
see
anyway,
you
with
next
that,
week.
yeah, see you guys next week when we watch Lisa Frankenstein.
Let's
one of
go! We
Kai's
got a
films.
me movie, finally!
God, when will it be Conan? Please.
Never.
Anyway, we'll see you guys next week. We'll see you
Oh my
in
God.
the cookie jar.
I'm
Bye.
gonna bust a
See
nut.
ya.
Imagine the podcast
Alright.
ends before Conan.